Klum, former supermodel, current reality TV host, I guess. And interesting mom is paying her children, apparently, to eat their vegetables. Having children eat vegetables, if you're a parent, is a battle you no doubt go through every day. But is this the right way to deal with it? Let's ask Erica. Does it make sense to you to... I mean, we reward kids for all manner of types of behavior, taking out the trash, emptying the dishwasher. Is paying them to eat their vegetables any different?
Well, I have a problem with paying my kids to do anything, because what I find is that, okay, for the first week they get the $1, then the second week they want $2 and $3. Before you know it, it's $20 to eat a piece of broccoli. And really what we want to teach our kids to do is take care of themselves and not do things just because we're paying them to do it. So in the long run, it's probably not the best idea.
Heidi Klum obviously thinks it's a good idea, though. What did she say exactly about why, what was her thought process when she came up with this?
I think it was more of just kind of a flippant, fun thing that she does in her house. Obviously, she's not in any danger of running out of money anytime soon, right? So I don't think that's a concern to her. But one of the child psychologists that I spoke to from the University of Wisconsin said, anytime a parent's paying their kid to display good, positive behavior, that the parents are going to go broke very quick. Because that's what you said. They up the ante. These kids are smart. They want more. So $1 becomes $2, $5. It's not enough for them. And it's really not reinforcing it the way it should be.
Erica, you were saying, when we were chatting in the break there, you were saying something interesting. I was saying that with my kids, I take them shopping when we go food shopping, and I make each of the three of them, choose one vegetable that they are definitely going to eat that night. And they have to then eat it. But you said, well, good luck with that anyway, because once they're 12, I mean, all bets are off. I mean, there's no real way to force them to do any of these things, is there?
Well, you can't force your children to do anything, but what you can do is actually make the vegetables taste good. If she's putting vegetables in a smoothie for breakfast, I mean, I don't think I'd really want to drink that either.
Yeah, I certainly
So I think, I like to make soups for my kids and put the vegetables in there with some noodles that they like, and that seems to help. So the thing is, we need to teach our children to do things because they should do them. Eat well because it's healthy for your body, not because you're going to be paid to do so. Because then when they're not paid to do so, then they're just going to drink soda and eat junk food.
It teaches them that the world's a world built around money, good or bad, whether
and
that
also
may be.
Reward. I mean, you don't get rewarded for everything in life.
Right.
I mean, the other night, my son was doing his homework. He was like, this is boring. I said, well, sometimes life is boring, and going to work every day isn't always the most fun thing, but that's another lesson. So I'm sure Heidi Klum was doing it to make them healthy, but I think in the long run, she's not going to be able to pay them to eat food when they're 15.
Teaching them we live in a capitalist world, okay?
I think she might be. One of the experts I spoke to said if you want to reward them, you can do it without food or money. So maybe give your kids a point for doing something right, like drinking their breakfast smoothie in the morning. And at the end of the week, let them cash in those points. No money involved for real, but they'll get something special, like an extra story time with mom or dad. Get to do something positive that they enjoy, but it's not necessarily making the connection between actual cash and doing the thing that you want them to do.
Erica, this has brought up the whole issue again of so-called helicopter parenting. Is this a real example of that?
Well, I wouldn't call this helicopter parenting. Helicopter parenting is more like, I was at my son's baseball game, and he's 12 years old, and the parents next to me were screaming at the referee that call was wrong. The call was actually right, it just was against their son. And so they got all involved, and they're too involved. Or if I have a child in college, which I don't, but if I did, and that child got a B, and I think should have gotten an A, and I called the professor, that's helicopter parenting, where you get over-involved when it really isn't necessary, when your children should really learn something in life. I think this is a little different because they're younger, but you are teaching them not really to do things because they're supposed to do it, but do it so that they get a reward. And you're not always going to get rewarded for everything.
Helicopter parenting doesn't ever seem to pay off.
I don't think it does. I'm actually very against helicopter parenting. I think we all need to make mistakes. I mean, I made plenty. I'm sure you did.
I have not made a single mistake ever.
But you learn from your mistakes, and your parents can't always get involved, and it actually undermines the child. Or if you're an 18 or 19-year-old person, it undermines you when your parents call up your professor in college to get that grade changed. And I also think you learn from a bad grade. If you write a paper and it's not good enough, there's obviously a reason. And your parent getting involved shouldn't be the reason that grade gets changed, or threatening a lawsuit or something crazy. I mean, your boss might not like something you do. Your mom shouldn't
My bosses
call
frequently don't like